What an epic comeback by the Eagles last night. And all the haters can say is, we're 10-1 and lucky. You can't be 10-1 and lucky. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, Kick Dingbat here. Hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Be hanging in there. What a game yesterday by the Philadelphia Eagles. What an epic win in an epic jersey, Kelly Green. And what an epic night for this team. Unbelievable. Here's a team that has clinched a playoff spot, that is 10-1, and everybody wants to make excuses for why they win. They call us lucky. They say the refs are in on it. It's absolutely ridiculous. But before we get into all of that and a bunch of other stuff, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you hit that like button. More important, make sure you subscribe to the most censored, the most throttled Eagles content creator in all of the internet. If you've been subscribed for a while, I just want to thank you guys so much for all the support you give to me. Now, I gotta say, I'm just sitting there, my first day back at work after a week off. Oh my God, it sucks so bad. It sucks. But I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about this team. I'm thinking about being 10 and mother humping 1, clinching a playoff spot. And through it all, we ain't done yet because it's only going to get more intense. The Eagles go into next week 2-point underdog so far against the 49ers at home. What an insult. What a slap in the face to the Eagles. Now, we're going to get into the 49ers. I'm not going to deal with the 49ers yet. I'm going to give it one more day. I'll start dealing with the 49ers tomorrow. I am going to enjoy Victory Monday. I am going to enjoy this game, and I'm still processing it. I'm processing this whole entire team, to be quite honest with you. Because when I look at this team, I think to myself, this may be my favorite. This could, I can't believe I'm saying this, but this could already be my favorite Eagles team of all time. I love a team that fights back. I love a team that has heart. You look at the players on this team. They're all so likable. From Jalen Hurts to Kelsey to Hassan Reddick to seeing the young kid, Jalen Carter, what he could do, Jordan Davis. I mean, all these guys are very likable. This is a very likable team. They've got to finish this shit this year. They got to win a Super Bowl. They've got to put this thing in cement. You know what I mean? They've got to etch this in stone. They've got to etch this thing in forever, because if they don't win it all, then people will be talking about, oh, you remember that one year? And it'll be like nothing. I don't want that. I don't want this team to go down like the Randall Cunningham teams or the Reggie White, Jerome Brown, and to me, the greatest defense I ever saw that never gets credit because they didn't get it done. This team has to find a way to get it done. And, you know, by the way Hurts plays and the way this team plays, I think they're going to. That's just my little rant about thinking about this team today, man. This is a special team. Now, we do have some things I want to talk about. One, Derek Barnett just got picked up off waivers by the Houston Texans. Just for your information, just so you know. To me, I think I wish him nothing but the best. Go have fun in Houston. As far as our Eagles go, I wonder if they're looking at the Frank Reich situation. As many of you guys know, Frank Reich got fired. After 1 year. Boy, they screwed up. They should have took C.J. Stroud. That's who Frank Reich reportedly wanted, and they messed up. And now they're firing him after 1 year. I think the Eagles need to get on the phone, and I think they need to hire Frank Reich the rest of the year. He could come in. Maybe he could be a voice, to help out with, the game plan. Because it seems like the Eagles' biggest problem is that whatever they have planned coming out in the first half, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I think they have a problem with their first 15 scripted. Maybe not the 15 scripted plays, because they always seem to score a touchdown either on the first or second drive, but then they go cold after that. They need better help with preparing for their first half. They got to be better in the first half. You've got a big game versus San Francisco. I don't think you can afford to go down 10 at halftime. You can't do it every week, okay? It could happen once in a while. All right, if it happens in the playoffs, you've got a team, you don't have to panic, but you can't do it every week. And I think the 49ers game, you can't be going down 10. But what the hell do I know? I think I would get Frank Reich to come in here and help them with the game plan every week, you know. And let him be like kind of like Vic Fangio was for them on the defensive side of the ball. I think they should absolutely do that. Now, we'll see what happens. I think Frank Reich makes a lot of sense. Nick Sirianni knows him. Nick Sirianni was going to offer him something last year. I have a feeling that we're going to see Frank Reich in Philly within the next week. I really do, in some capacity. Now, Shaq Leonard is going to be a guy that we're waiting to see what's going to happen. Apparently, he's going to visit Dallas. I have to believe he's visiting Dallas to try to get more money. I think he's trying to up his money. But Shaq Leonard, we need him. We need him because Cunningham has a hurt hamstring. You don't know how much that's going to linger on. And there are reports that the Eagles have increased interest in Leonard now. They got to jump on it. They have to jump on it. Also, you know, Marcus Peters got cut by the Raiders. He got cut. Is he a guy the Eagles should call up and try to bring in for a run? I mean, would he help your defense? Would he not? I think so far at the addition of Kevin BYARD has been fantastic. Kevin BYARD is fitting in really well. He's starting to play really good football. I told you guys, you have to give Kevin BYARD some time to adjust to everything, and he's going to get better and better. And Kevin BYARD is getting better each and every week. Each and every week, okay? So there's some options. So there's some things out there the Eagles could do to bring in some depth if they feel they need it. That's for sure. But as far as last night's game goes, I mean that's the game of the year. Whether you're an Eagle fan, whether you're a Bills fan, whether you're Mark Holmes crying in his I don't know, red brick house. This dude's crying and crying. I am so sick of hearing about the rest of this, the rest of that. Okay, when I stream the Cowboys game, I'm streaming Thursday, right? Seattle Cowboys. When I stream that game, I am going to do exactly what Cowboy fans and everybody else is doing to the Eagles. I'm going to tell you every play that there should be a penalty, because let me tell you something. I don't care what team you're playing for or you're playing against. If you really want to have a penalty, you could call penalties on everybody, every play. Everybody, every play for any team. It happens all the time. So I will prove it on Thursday. You watch and you wait and you see the amount of holding and crap the Cowboys get away with. This is a team that has gotten away with it more than anybody for over 30 years. And their fans are crying about penalties. Get the hell out of here. They stink. I hope Seattle beats their ass. You know, as far as our game goes, I mean, geez, that game is game of the year. And Jalen Hurts, once again, his ability to just not get rattled and not allow his team to lose. When in fourth quarter comes, he says, get on my back. And he raises his game. I've never seen a guy who could be so bad in one half and then just switch it off. I've never seen that. Once you've seen a guy, come out and he struggles, it's usually for the game. Maybe he can get one drive, get another drive out there, and they could get something. I've never seen a guy that could go from what did he have, like a 0 quarterback rating, something like that, 7 to like almost perfect quarter. Was it perfect? It was damn close in the second half. I've never seen that before, and he does it all the time because he refuses to lose. He's tremendous talent, and he's got to be the leader for MVP at this point. He just does, And I think guys like DeAndre Swift, I think you got to figure ways to utilize DeAndre Swift more. You just do. Every time we need a spark, he's one of the main guys that always seems to give it to us. Go back to the Minnesota game. Go back to the Tampa Bay game. Go back to last night's game. That 35, 40-yard run kind of sparked the offense. We kind of got going after that. but we don't utilize him enough. There are too many times where we just ignore that he's even a player on our team, that we've got to stop it. We've got to use him more, because DeAndre Swift is a absolute playmaker for this team. I thought DeVonta Smith, fantastic game again last night. He's really come on in the last month. He had a couple 99-yard games, but he finally got over 100 yards. He's a stud. DeVonta Smith's a stud. A.J. Brown's a stud. A.J. Brown might not have had big games, but he'll get his games. A.J. Brown, DeVonta Smith, absolute studs. And I really think this game versus the 49ers, I think this is the game you should come out and run the ball. Like, you should come out with the focus, we're going to run up your ass, 49ers, and really establish that run and let that passing game open up off of that later in the game. I think that would kind of take the 49ers. I think they would be a little shocked by that. But you know what? We'll see. We'll talk about that later in the week. But, I mean, just so many clutch players. What about Oz? I mean, here's a guy who makes a big, giant play on 3rd and 15 after Jalen Hurts tells him to go to the end zone. Perfect pass, but he made the catch. A lot of people say, Quez Watkins wouldn't make that pass 500. Quez Watkins wouldn't catch that pass. You're right. I think you're right. I don't think Quez Watkins makes that catch. But Oz did, and it was probably the biggest touchdown of the game. Let's be real. Jake Elliott. I mean, I don't know what to say at this point. 59-yard field goal. Unbelievable. In the rain. That's like Adam Vinatieri, right? Remember the old Patriots kicker? He's kicking playoffs in the snow. Any weather condition, he figures a way to kick it. It's like the same thing, man. This guy is clutch. Jake Elliott may legitimately be better than David AKERS. And that's crazy for me to say. But he is a stud. I honestly thought he wasn't going to make it. I said, look, Elliott's a great kicker, but 59 yards in that weather, it ain't happening. That was my thought in my mind. And he hit it. Unbelievable. Unfriggin' believable. And you know what? This team is 10-1. They're in the playoffs. I just don't know what to say. This team they're just that good. They're that good that they're never out of it. I cannot wait to watch this team start playing 4 quarters. They start putting 4 quarters like they do the 4th quarter. These teams got no chance. The Eagles at their best is better than anybody in the National Football League. They've just got to get their best going a little earlier. I really think so. We have not played our best game. We just haven't. And the thing is, it's coming. It's coming. Oh, it's coming. Pause. I definitely think so. But here's kind of how I see this whole thing right now, right? I don't know. This is just one of those games. It's just like, you just got to give it up to Jalen Hurts. You got to give it up to the Eagles and the heart. Jalen Carter's an absolute stud, too. I mean, blocking a field goal. The guy talks about how he literally watched special teams and watched the line on the special teams of the Buffalo Bills. And he went up and he made a huge block. Jordan Davis, man, I saw Sills, as I was coming home for lunch, I was listening to Sills going, nobody thought Jordan Davis was a 3-down lineman. Nobody thought. I did. I thought he was, because you can't be that athletic and pull some of the numbers he was pulling at the combine and then tell me that he doesn't have the ability to play 3 down. What he did, okay, in overtime, single-handedly shutting down the run. I mean, listen, the Bills had good run yardage because of Josh Allen. And Josh Allen is an absolute stud quarterback. You ain't going to get nothing from me. I mean, I think he's got an amazing arm. I think he's got the biggest arm in the league today. The guy gave them the lead off the field, but it wasn't good enough. You've got to score a touchdown there. And that's been Josh Allen's thing. But you know what? With all the talent he has, arm-wise, run-wise, I'd rather take a quarterback who's going to win you games. I'd rather have Jalen Hurts, because I want a guy that wins the big games. And Jalen Hurts does that. But Josh Allen, he was running in overtime. He takes off running. Jordan Davis takes off running after him across the field. I mean, I don't know if people realize how hard that was what Jordan Davis did. That big, to have that speed enough to force Josh Allen to kind of have to go out of bounds. He kind of forced Josh Allen to not turn up the field and get that first down, which led to third down and then an incompletion. Jordan Davis might have saved the game on that play. And I don't know if people were talking enough about it. Jordan Davis, like I said, against the run in overtime, fantastic. They only had good rushing yards because of Allen, not because of the running backs. Their running backs was like, what, 2.9 yards a carry, something like that. Jordan Davis is special. Jalen Carter is special. And it's unbelievable we got those guys for a long, long time. I don't know what else to say. This team is spectacular. They may go down as one of my favorite teams of all time because of the fight and the way that they come back. But I'm telling you right now, the thing I keep thinking about is you're 10-1, man. You've got to finish this thing. And so we need home field advantage. We need home field advantage. And here's the thing. I think if you can beat the 49ers, actually, to be honest with you, if you get one win in the next 2 weeks, if you win one of the next two games, it's essentially over. The NFC is essentially over because you still would be one game up if you lose one of the next two games. You'd still be one game up on Dallas and the 49ers. And you would have Seattle left, which should be a win. Then you have the Giants, which is a win. The Arizona Cardinals win. And the Giants. That's how you finish your schedule. Seattle, Giants, Arizona, Giants. That would be your last four games after Dallas. So if you just can win one of the next two games, the NFC East or the NFC Conference is most likely locked up. Unless the Eagles do something really stupid and lose to the Giants or something like that, which I don't see happening with this team. Just win one out of the next two. And to be honest with you, I'd rather kick the 49ers' ass. Dallas ain't even that much of a concern. You beat the 49ers, that Dallas game, it don't matter. You know, Dallas, first of all, Dallas ain't beating Buffalo. They're not beating Miami, and they're not beating Detroit. I see at least three more losses besides probably losing to us as well. Just take care of one, just need one win in the next 2 weeks, and you pretty much got this conference locked up. Get the conference locked up, get that number one seed, and then you go to the Super Bowl, and you got to finish it. That's what it all comes down to. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Remember, Howie Vision, baby. We're all just living in it. All right, so just to say this, if you guys noticed in this video, there wasn't as many like clips and stuff like that as usual. The reason for that is they are coming after Philly 500. I got claimed a bunch. So they're really watching me now. For whatever reason, everybody else could use highlights and clips, and there's no problem. But when Philly 500 does it, then boom. It's boom, 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 boom. You hit them all at once. So I got to be very careful. They're not copyright strikes, but they're all claims. But I got to be very, very careful because I don't want to get anything to happen to my channel. So that's why you probably saw less of it today than before, because can't take chances. Denzel Washington out.